It was an eerie scene throughout the 9-hour ordeal. No visible sign of life came from the old farmhouse where Raymond McClellan had taken refuge from a police chase. He had released 2 local men from the house early in the day, but held his estranged wife hostage. State police talked with McClellan every half hour or so throughout the day by phone from the headquarters they had set up. Police say McClellan asked for only 3 things all day: a wedding band, which they got to him, cigarettes, he never got those, and more time.
They put out a warrant or a dispatch on him from Louisville. Jefferson County called Switzerland County this morning, and then Switzerland County put out the dispatch. And that's when our trooper, when she put out the dispatch, our trooper spotted him about 6:48 this morning. And that's when the pursuit started and the gunfire, and that's when he ran into the house.
Where did he pick up his wife? In Louisville?
In Louisville.
The police forced his way into this home on South 1st Street. Inside, he found his wife, Burnett Marie McClellan, with 31-year-old Gary Stutzenberger. Police say McClellan shot and killed Stutzenberger and then forced his wife to flee with him to this remote farmhouse in Switzerland County near Vevay, Indiana. Indiana State Police and local authorities moved in immediately. McClellan was armed with 2 high-powered rifles, and police sharpshooters kept an eye on him through sights on rifles of their own. It was soon learned that McClellan was holding 2 hostages. He'd surprised a bottled gas company employee that was making a delivery at the farmhouse, and McClellan decided to hold him also. That hostage, Ricky Clote, helped deliver a woman's wedding ring to McClellan, one of the gunman's demands. Police left the ring in the driveway. Clote went out and retrieved it. He was later released, obviously shaken by the whole affair and refusing to talk with reporters. Police had set up a command post at another nearby farmhouse, and inside they were talking with McClellan by phone approximately every half hour. A deal was struck, and McClellan was to give himself up at 3 p.m. But when police went in to take him into custody, a new complication arose.
The officer that's making the contact said that he returned to inside the house and he has a long-distance call from some news service, which has interrupted the entire proceedings and is at a very critical point at this time. We will wait. It's gone well thus far. We can wait a while longer.
No. What did he say? Really?
He's not coming out?
I thought we were going to be shot. So any hesitation in something like that would help.
You didn't leave, though, immediately at that point in time. Why didn't you then?
We thought he might come back out. He told us that he had intention of taking us hostage, and then he decided against it. The reason he let us come over was that he had intention of taking us hostage, and then he decided against it. There'd be too many of us.
Then the patient mood of police turned. They became anxious about storming the house.
Got your own handles on?
It was now obvious that McClellan was not coming out willingly, so the police SWAT team decided to go in and get him. It was arranged that they would be flown in a state police helicopter. 3 other helicopters, all belonging to news organizations, including the 32 Alive Skycam, agreed to fly diversionary patterns to distract McClellan while the SWAT team was dropped in. Other troopers armed with shotguns took positions nearby. Once at the house, the SWAT team broke windows to clear the way for tear gas canisters. With that, shots rang out. After a moment of silence, the tear gas was thrown in. Then McClellan's wife ran out to police, apparently escaping from her husband. Minutes later, McClellan fell out of the back door, overcome by the tear gas. He had been captured without injury. finally in custody, provided the first clues to his motives in the murder-kidnapping drama, telling reporters in a rambling, teary explanation that someone had been influencing his wife with liquor and that taking her by force was his only option.
They took my wife from over Louisville, where we live at, down to the gay 90s.
Who did?
And they was controlling her with whiskey.
Who took her?
Come on. Jacket owns the gay 90s. Savoy outfit, the whole syndicate.
The Gay 90s is a tavern here in Louisville's Porn District, the 200 block of Jefferson Street. The Savoy, a pornographic theater. The Jack that McClellan refers to is Jack Silverman, the man that owns both establishments. Mrs. McClellan worked here in the years before her marriage and in the 2 weeks prior to yesterday's incident. Her marriage in apparent decline, sources say she returned here for the income, a means of support, reportedly working as a waitress or a dancer. But her employer, Silverman, refused to be interviewed today, saying he barely knew the girl, that she just came in and sat around a lot. That is what Raymond McClellan claims he was trying to rescue his wife from. Whatever his motives, the price was high. McClellan has been in trouble with the law since the early 70s. He was out on probation following a bank robbery conviction before yesterday. Now he faces new charges of murder, kidnapping, and burglary. He's entered a plea of innocent. Mark Kobrick, 32 Alive News, Indiana.